Hey, I know it's been tough lately. I've been there too, feeling like the weight of everything is pressing down on you, making it hard to even get out of bed. Some days, it feels like you're moving through life in slow motion, with no energy or motivation to face the day ahead. But I want to tell you something, you don't have to fight this alone. There are a few things that helped me when I was in that place, and I want to share them with you. They're small steps, but sometimes, it's the small things that make all the difference. Let's take it one day at a time. Build small wins, start with what you can manage. One of the things that really helped me was learning to set small, achievable goals. You don't have to climb the whole mountain at once. Just start with one step. For me, that meant breaking big tasks into tiny parts. I remember one day, I had this huge project looming over me, and I couldn't even start. So instead of thinking about the entire project, I told myself, just write the first sentence. That was it. And once I did that, I wrote another. For example, if you're struggling to clean the whole house or apartment, don't focus on cleaning the entire place. Start with one room, or even just one corner. Maybe you just fold your clothes today. That's a win. Or if you have a work or school task that feels overwhelming, write the introduction or gather your materials. These little steps build up momentum, and before you know it, you're making progress. Every small step forward counts, and those small victories, they start to build confidence. Stop the spiral, shift focus from negative thoughts. I've been stuck in my head so many times, replaying the same negative thoughts over and over. It's like this loop you can't break. But one thing that helped me was finding small ways to shift my focus. It's easy to get lost in the darkness, but there's always light if you look for it. For example, something that really made a difference for me was setting up a WhatsApp group with a friend. We called it Gratitude. Every evening, we had set an alarm that reminded us to post one thing we were thankful for the day in this group. There were days I forgot to check my timer, where I wasn't feeling up for it, but then I'd see my friend's message. And it reminded me to look for something good in my day, even if it was small. Over time, it became easier to find those moments, and I realized there was more to be thankful for than I thought. Some days, I'd only post something simple, like, I'm grateful for the delicious food I had today, or, I'm thankful for a nice conversation I had with someone. It didn't need to be anything big. But even those small moments helped shift my focus away from the negative and onto the positive. It trained my mind to see the good things, even on hard days. It's amazing how something as small as acknowledging one positive thing each day can change how you see the world. Of course, it don't change everything instantly, and your life don't shift in an instant to a perfect dream life. But it adds up, and you're getting used to it. Used to focus on the things that will help and support you. Do things that feel good, find what brings you joy again. When you're feeling low, it's important to engage in activities that are meaningful to you and feel naturally rewarding. Doing things that bring you joy, whether it's spending time with loved ones or picking up a hobby, can play a key role in managing those feelings of depression and emptiness. For example, I started finding activities that felt good just for the sake of doing them, like watching a show I enjoy or taking time to read. It wasn't about completing tasks first, it was about making time for what makes me feel more connected to myself and the world around me. You could try doing things that feel fulfilling, like spending time with your pet, getting outside for some fresh air, or even learning something new. These daily moments are important because they give you something to look forward to and keep you active, preventing you from falling into a rut. So, think about it. What are some things you can do each day that bring you joy? Find those small moments and make them part of your routine. Challenge negative beliefs. Don't believe everything you think. Something else that really helped me was learning to challenge those negative thoughts that kept dragging me down. Sometimes, we believe things about ourselves that just aren't true. Maybe you tell yourself, I'm never going to feel better, or I'm not good enough. But those thoughts, they're not reality. They're distortions. Maybe you ask what I did. I started writing down those thoughts, and then I'd ask myself, is this really true? Most of the time, the answer was no. For example, if you're telling yourself, "I'll never be happy again," write it down. Then ask yourself, is there any real evidence for this? Maybe there was a time when you felt joy, even if it feels far away now. Or reframe your thoughts. Instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," try, "I'm doing my best, and that's enough for today." It's a small change, but it can help rewire the way you think about yourself. I know these aren't easy fixes, and it takes time. But you're not alone in this. The small steps you take each day, whether it's setting a small goal, shifting your focus, or challenging your thoughts, are what help you move forward, even when it feels impossible. You're stronger than you think. And even when you can't see the light, it's still there, waiting for you. Keep going. One step at a time. And when you fail, that's okay too. So don't be too harsh with yourself when you can't do it right away. Take your time. Maybe you've been through all of this and found some ways that worked for you. Feel free to share it with the rest of us in the comments.